bet you can't explain this one, etymologists. What's up, Gucci Gang? This is your host, Michael Simpson, back and better than ever. He's got his camera back, laptop, phone for things, I guess. I don't know. And you've already clicked the title, so you already know what it is. Are you freaking blind if you don't know what this is? No offense to blind people who are currently watching this. Alright, so we are on a page called Global Graduates, and we're looking at the 20 bizarre English idioms and how to explain them, if they can be explained. Some of these I've never even heard before. And a lot of these I'm like, what the hell, English? Thank you. Very cool. Congratulations. Bob's your uncle. It makes no sense. Usually used to conclude a set of instructions, much like the French et voilà. Was it et voilà? I need to get back into French more. Just add a dash of salt and Bob's your uncle. It says that there is no conclusive etymology behind it, but it could be the 20th British Prime Minister Robert Salisbury, who appointed his nephew to several political posts, and I guess Bob's your uncle. He gave you the job. A different kettle of fish, referring to an alternative or a different thing altogether. I love the first film, but the sequel is a different kettle of fish. To clarify, it says, a kettle doesn't refer to the water boiling contraption, but to a long, thin saucepan used to poach salmon. Does that clear everything up for you? Not at all. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. I've never used I've never used a saucepan before in my life. I don't make my own sauce. I get it at Walgreens. Thank you, Walgreens. Donkey's years, a very long time. The phrase probably originated from donkey's ears, and it's believed donkeys are believed to live a long time. Plus their ears are long. Okay. All mouth and no trousers. I've never heard this one either. Used to describe a person who is boastful but can't back himself up or makes idle threats. So basically a dog with all bark and no bite, you know? Bit confusing, this one, it says in the description, mainly because all the literature on the subject focuses on whether the correct phrase is actually all mouth and trousers. Pardon my French, I actually like this one a lot. And basically it means that it's employed in order to excuse the use of a swear word by indicating that said word is part of a foreign language. Pardon my French, but you're an a-hole, to quote the inimitable Ferris Bueller's Day Off, one of the greatest movies in existence. If you've not seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, then you have not lived. And I'm sorry, but if you are not living right now, then you probably aren't watching this. SMH my head. Cat got your tongue? Oh, this one's popular. I actually had somebody use this on me a couple days ago after they said something incredibly stupid to me whenever I was ringing them up. They said something incredibly stupid about couponing or something, and I was just dumbfounded, and they were like, "Oh, cat got your tongue?" I'm like, okay. Interesting. Chew the fat to gossip or make friendly small talk. I've actually heard that one. I've never actually used it because, like, I don't make small talk. Just kidding. Half my job is small talk, so, you know. The phrase began to be used to refer to a light gossip in the early 20th century. One theory suggests that the phrase comes from the convention of chatting while chewing on the leftover fat after a meal. First of all, I would never chew on the leftover fat after a meal, because that's weird, and that's disgusting, and I don't like to chew on fat very much. Like, just no. Just no. I'm going to take a swig of Three Floyd Space Station, Middle Finger IPA. Three Floyds is my favorite brewing company in America. I absolutely love their drinks. Every drink that they have is very nuanced and has like every sip feels like it's a different sip of a different drink. You never quite know what you're going to get from it. And that was an alcohol review. Under the weather. This is me every day of my life. I actually use this phrase a bit, actually. It's actually really popular here in Kentucky. People love saying under the weather. It means not feeling your usual self, to feel ill or maybe tired. It's actually really interesting, the origin, apparently. Back in the disease-ridden days of yore on ye old sailing ships, the number of sick sailors often exceeded the space in the log to list their names. When this happened, the excess names of the sick were recorded in the column usually reserved for noting down the weather conditions. To go pear-shaped. Describing something that has gone wrong. I've actually never seen this one before. I'm learning a lot today. Describing something that has gone wrong. It all went a bit pear-shaped after Andy started handing out Jaeger bombs. Everything has gone wrong with Jaeger bombs. You're probably going to feel a little under the weather. One explanation dates back to Royal Air Force pilots in the 40s who would get frustrated if their attempt to form a perfect aerial route went pear-shaped rather than being perfectly circular. A piece of cake. It's really easy. No, that's what it means. Like, it's really easy. Like, the phrase means it's really interesting. But the phrase itself is really easy. Are you confused? Damp squib. Something that fails to meet expectations or an anticlimax. The name apparently comes from the name of a dud 19th century explosive mining device. And if you have ever watched Harry Potter, this one's going to be a little easy to remember because the caretaker Filch, one of the characters, was a squib, and a squib is a magical person who can't perform magic for whatever reason. So it's he's a dud, basically, in the magical world, because he can't do anything. Cold turkey. Describing the actions of a person who has abruptly given up a habit or an addiction. Like, I quit alcohol cold turkey, or cigarettes cold turkey. Both, the first one, not happening anytime soon. My neck of the woods. We like this one here, too. It means the area where I live. A neck could originally be a narrow stretch of wood, pasture, or marsh, for instance. Give someone stick, and it has this handy picture. Isn't that adorable? It's a dog. It means to criticize or mock someone. I've actually never seen this one either. Send someone to Coventry. It's an old-fashioned phrase meaning to deliberately ostracize criticize someone by ignoring them and generally pretending they don't exist. It refers to the West Midlands city. Something something British. So, I don't know that one. Thick as thieves. Me and my friends are thick as thieves. We're all best friends. And we share each other's confidences, apparently. Throw a spanner in the works. This one is clearly British. To do something that complicates a plan or even prevents it from succeeding. It refers to the detrimental effect of throwing a spanner into the gears and pistons of an engine. Actually, that may not be that may not be British at all. I just don't know anything about cars. Go figure. Wipe the floor with someone. Ugh. I'm flexing on you guys right now with my excellent English skills. Do y'all know I'm flexing right now? I'm wiping the floor with y'all. With my excellent English ability here. I've got 20 English expressions, and a bitch ain't one. That was a really dumb joke. I apologize. Just let me dab out of here real quick. Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. We used to say we wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. My grandparents were really fond of that phrase, and they would say that for anything that they generally disagreed or didn't like. But a barge pole is a long pole used by bargemen to, move their boat and stuff. Pot calling the kettle black. Also a wonderful phrase that we use often here in America. We love saying that. And it comes with a really cute cartoon meme. We're the same color, you idiots. Classic. You're calling me obsessive. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. So yeah, so this was 20, weird English expressions that you can now add to your vocabulary. I really hope that this has helped you a lot, honestly, because, it's good to have an increased vocabulary. And yes, I did this video just so I can do the alliteration of excellent English expressions, but I hope you can forgive me for that slight lapse in judgment. Have you guys seen my merch store? Do you want to buy a shirt in order to support me financially? Yes, I made these designs myself, sorta, for the most part. So they're not the greatest designs, but I made them myself, and I feel kind of proud of them. So I'm going to drop a link in the description below for you to buy a shirt if you're interested. And you can also buy a beanie to support me financially as well from this one company that I will also have a description in the below. It's called Beyond Beanie. You buy a beanie or like a sticker or something from them, and they donate a small portion of proceeds to needy kids in the world, and I get a small percentage because I am an affiliate. It's an affiliate link. So if you want to support me financially, do that. But the best way you can do anything from me is to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and stomp that share button and send this thing on to your social media. I'd love to teach more people everything that I want to know in the world. I hope you have a wonderful day.